everyone, welcome back. I just got my Colourpop package, which includes a lot of new launches from them. Their concealers, pressed powders, and the new brushes. So I decided to do first impressions. I am so excited about this because they have never came out with brushes, concealers. They have pressed powders in the past, but not in the same packaging. And y'all know I love Colourpop, so I'm excited. I thought about filming later because I didn't realize the package would come so early, and I went to bed and cuddled with Pudding. And I'm allergic to her hair, like on my face especially, so this area and some areas on my face is kind of red, but fuck it. Just don't be alarmed. It's not an allergic reaction to the products, it's just my dog. Anyway, so these are the concealers. The packaging is so beautiful. They used to have everything in those plain white boxes, and now they're in these pinkish nude packaging with like stripes on the side, and it's just really pretty. I like it, and I hope they keep this packaging. By the way, I do not get PR from Colourpop, which is why it took me so long to make this video, because all their PR packages to other YouTubers takes like literally like 2 seconds to get to their doorstep, which is, you know, fine, like they're like bigger YouTubers, but I got this myself, which is why it took so long. So I got 2 shades because I wasn't sure which one would match me. Oh, by the way, as of today, Colourpop announced that they will start selling their products at Sephora. So if you're willing to wait, maybe wait a couple months until you can go to Sephora to get yourself shade matches. But anyway, so I got the shades medium 30 and light 20. They do their shades like 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. And I couldn't get 25 because 25 is like really red for some reason. So hopefully either one will match me. So let's do some swatching. So I'm gonna swatch. Ooh, I did not know that this cap is matte. It's so nice. These are supposed to be full coverage concealers, blendable, matte, and crease proof. Usually when I apply concealer, I like to put little dots around my eyes, but this time I'm gonna apply a lot to see if it creases or if it has any texture problem. The applicator is really bendy. Do you see this? I'm gonna swatch this on the back of my hand. I think that's too light for me. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe if I blend it out, it looks a little bit too light. People have said, like from the reviews that I've watched, people said that it oxidizes really easily and really fast, so I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does oxidize a bit, this is probably my shade. And this is the medium shade. Since I'm not very tan right now, or really ever, I think this one will match better. Let me just put my hair back. By the way, people have been asking me where I got this headband. I got it from Boujee. Okay, so I have been breaking out a little bit, if you can see all the spots on my forehead. It's my fault because I was picking at it when I was in class. But now I'm going to just apply it in my under eyes. I almost never apply this much concealer, but I just want to over apply and see how well it blends. It hasn't really oxidized on me yet, which is kind of surprising. It is in my skin tone. It would work as like a highlighting concealer if you want your cheekbones to like really pop. But I think for other areas on my face, medium is probably going to work better. So far, I really like the finish. I wouldn't call it a natural concealer, but it is really full coverage, and I think it has that filter effect. You know what, I'm gonna add more to see if it creases or cakes up or anything. So far I really like it. I think it kind of makes my cheekbones look crazy because it's a little bit lighter, but I think it blends really well. I have some wrinkles and dry areas around my eyes because I have really dry eyes from eczema, but so far it hasn't really settled in the creases, which is amazing because all of my concealer settle in those creases. Now I'm going to use the medium shade to cover, you know, some of those pimples and everything. And I'm going to use my little flat top brush to blend it out. So far I think the shade gap between these two is just too much of a jump. These are like 3 shades apart, like there's 1 shade in between these, but it's still not a lot of variety. I think they said on their Instagram story that they're gonna come out with more shades and stuff, and this is just testing the market. So it's like understandable, but I would like more shades, especially for darker skin tones, because like if you look at their swatches, ones that are for deeper skin tones, it's just like you have like 4 choices. But like for days when I want to go full coverage, I think this would work really, really well because it does look really flawless and crease proof and just no filter. So now I'm gonna set everything with powder so I can try their pressed powder product. So these are the pressed powders. They also come in that nude pink packaging. Love it. It doesn't say if it's a highlighter or a bronzer. It says both on here, so I don't know what this is gonna be. You can order this in just the pan, or you can order it with the compact. I ordered it with the compact because I don't really have a huge Z palette to put this in, and it's only $1 more. I think the compact is so pretty. It's not like luxurious or anything. It's simple, but it's pretty. It's magnetic. I really like magnetic compacts. They just make so much sense to me. Okay, so this is the bronzer. I got this in the shade, it doesn't say the shade on here. I guess it doesn't matter if you don't review products, but I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Colourpop usually has every shade in the back. Good thing I remember shade name. This is Private Party. Ooh, that's buttery. I'm gonna swatch this right here. It's definitely a warmer bronzer. It has a kind of satiny finish. I'm using my Vanity Planet contour brush. I'm just gonna sweep this right here. Applied it on my cheek. What do you think? I think it's a really satiny, golden, pretty bronzer, and it's not too dark for my skin, which is good. I just think it's a very basic bronzer. I don't know. I feel like I'll like it better over time, but right now it's just very plain. Now let's try the highlighter. This is the highlighter. I believe the shade is called Boujee, which is kind of a cringy name, but this is the shade that I like the most out of the swatches that I've seen. I definitely like the highlighter more than the bronzer just from the swatch. I think it's a really pretty golden nude highlight. It has some kind of like peachiness to it, and it's a very pearlized finish. So I'm gonna apply this with their blush brush because this brush is way too small for me to apply blush with, which I'll get into later, but I think this will work pretty well as a highlight brush. First impressions, I think the highlighter is very underwhelming compared to the other Super Shock cheek highlighters that they have had. Those are very pigmented, very metallic, and if you use a beauty blender or your fingers, you can shear it out, and it's just a very iconic highlight. But this is just, I mean, like I layered the highlight a couple of times and it's still just like, I don't know, I don't think it's glowy enough for me. I think the pressed powders are okay. Don't rush to get them. Now to the products that has been causing drama all over Instagram. So they came up with brushes, and the drama that was on their page is that they are severely overpriced. Their 12-piece brush set along with the roller was originally sold at $86, which when you think about brushes that's sold by Morphe or Vanity Planet, that is way too much, especially for a brand that's known for being affordable. Without the roller case, it is, I believe, $76. No, $78, which is still a lot. A lot of people argue that it's okay because it's like averages to around $650 per brush, but that's still, to me, I think $650 for a brush is not unreasonable, but I think for Colourpop it is kind of pricey because so many people are complaining they lowered the price. So to get the whole thing with the roller and everything will be $55, and without the roller is $50, I think, which is still more expensive than the average Morphe brush set, which is the brand that people like to compare them to a lot. Personally, for me, I think $55 is kind of reasonable for a 12-piece brush set, but that's up for debate. The thing that I have a problem with is once I got the brush, I realized that these are made in China. I'm just gonna take my headband off. I'll include a picture if you just can't tell from the video, but all the brush handles has the word China on it, which means that these are made in China. And Colourpop has always been known to make all of their things in-house in LA. Since they didn't really disclose or talk about the fact that all these brushes are made in China, I'm kind of suspicious as to what kind of working conditions the employees are working in. I'm not one to boycott all makeup that's made in China ever, because that's kind of impossible. I don't really have a problem with things being manufactured in China because China has perfectly great factories. It's just the fact that they didn't really address it or talk about it makes me just, you know, raise an eyebrow. Since their whole brand is like such an LA-based, cruelty-free company, I don't know, it just feels really icky. But that's, you know, my opinion. The brushes themselves are average. I definitely don't think they're worth $650 per brush. And when I got them and felt them for the first time, I'm kind of glad that I didn't get the whole set. These are just synthetic brushes. They're not like super prickly, but they're not soft. I used the angled brush to do my brows today, and this was really good because I kind of like very firm bristles when it comes to angled brush, so that it's steady and it can do a really fine straight line. But for face brushes, eyeshadow brushes, got this one as like a smudging brush, and it's really firm. I don't know if you can tell. I just expected a lot more for, you know, Colourpop's first official brush launch. Anyway, that is the tea. I hope this haul was helpful. Overall, I think the launches were kind of disappointing. I was looking forward to this package for so long, and the concealers were really good, but everything else is just kind of I hope this was helpful. Please leave me a comment on what other products you want me to do first impressions on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.